So if you are a programmer or are interested in being in tech, one thing you have to realize is that you will have to learn skills fast. And sometimes I mean really fast, because a boss or a client could come in and say, hey, I want X and Y and Z built. Most likely you probably don't have those skills. And so you have to learn things fast in order to deliver. So in this video, I'm going to give you an example on how I learn tech really fast. As an example, I'm going to use React.js to show you exactly how you can break down what you need to learn, a technology that you may need to learn in order to finish a project or something like that. So first you need to understand what is it that you want to learn. So in this case, we're going to be learning React.js in one day. This is how I would break it down. Number one, you have to understand what is React. So in this case, what is React? Well, you have to understand what is React, what is this technology. So the first thing I like to think about is what is, in this case, the motivation behind React as a library. So you need to do research real quick. What is the problem that this technology is solving? That way you have a mental direction on how to proceed on learning. So in this case, React essentially is a library that allows you to quickly put together modern user interfaces, web applications, as well as native, because it has the subset of creating native, of creating mobile apps, I should say. But then you have to think about, okay, if this is the motivation, that means before React came about, there was obviously a problem that was being solved. And so you need to understand, okay, what is this problem that was being solved by creating React? Well, the idea is that with React, you're creating what are called declarative UIs, because React with its syntax allows us developers to describe UIs. So that is important. So there is this component that called declarative UI. So at this point, to understand the motivation behind it, and you go deeper, realize that most libraries are here to essentially abstract out the underlying war zone, if I may say, when it comes to build applications. And then you realize also that without React, you can still build web applications using vanilla JavaScript. But with vanilla JavaScript, you are dealing with a lot, meaning you as a developer have to do a lot of work because you are dealing with the DOM, right? The document object model, which essentially is a way that the web is represented, the HTML is represented in form of objects. So notice that I'm very superficial at this point. I'm just trying to figure out why of React. And then you dive deeper, realize that React also is what we call component based, which means you're building these small user interfaces that can react to data changes. There we go. So now React is component based, which means smaller pieces of user interface that we inject data. In this case, data is a state. There's another keyword, the state. So now you understand React. React means something reactive. So you're reacting to something. So that means these pieces of user interfaces that we created declaratively need to react to data. Okay, so there's data and there's state. Those are very important parts of React, as well as the components. So now you have these three pieces: components, data, and state. Remember, we're trying to learn React in one day, and it's very possible. We're not talking about syntax, we're not talking about language, we're not talking about anything. We're talking about the main concepts of what we are trying to learn. You have to understand it, the whys first. Once you have those bases, you have to then go deeper into the technicality of things. So you have to understand, okay, we talked about component base. If it's a component that's part of a user interface, we talk about JavaScript because that is the language per se that is used. But there's something else that is used, which is JSX. JSX is JavaScript XML. So it's just an extension of JavaScript and XML that allows us to create those user interfaces. Now you have a picture, okay? That means we are still using JavaScript, which is a programming language. And then you can do some research. Okay, how does that look like? Now, I have a project here that I created, very simple project about grocery list. So if you scroll down, again, this is just experiment. I'm just showing a few things here. If you scroll down, you can see that this would be what we call a component, okay? And then we have this return clause here, and then we have this div and a lot of different codes, and you see these things here. If you hover over, this is a component. In fact, you can see it says React JSX element. interesting. So those are the building blocks, components, small pieces of user interface that we can actually inject inside of another user interface, another component, so we can see something. So this app here that you see, all this code here, is what generates this. The main thing you have to think about whenever you want to learn something really fast, a new technology, pick a project, a very simple project that will allow you to really go deeper and understanding the most fundamental concepts of that technology. So a to-do app is always the best. Now in this phase of learning React, we understand the motivation, we understand why, what problem is React solving, technologically speaking. Now we go deeper into understanding the building blocks. So we understand there's components, we understand there is data, we understand there is state, which is very important. The next step is to understand the syntax of JSX. You go and look for tutorials, or if you are interested, I actually I'm finishing up a course to be done very soon on React and JSX, how to really understand React. Okay, moving on, you need to understand the syntax of JSX. It's very simple. As you can see here, it looks like JavaScript and HTML. So this is what drives React.js. Once you know the syntax of JSX, you need to go back to understand what is a component. Again, this is just a piece of user interface which can be independent, and we can inject data and state. It's all about React. So React reacts to data. So a good example, as I said, this would be a component. As you can see here, this is the app component. It looks like a function, but it always returns some sort of markup, which is JSX. Okay. And so all of this, of course, we have embedded other components inside. So this would be another component that was created. In fact, I can click to show you. So this is grocery nav. This is the nav bar, as you see at the top here. And then of course, as a component, it has to return this. So this indeed is what I said, JSX. Okay, and of course exporting it so that we're able to import it in app.jsx. Okay, so even if you don't understand, you don't know what React.js is, I hope you start understanding the very, very, very basics of this framework, or rather this library. This is how you learn things really fast. The next very important thing to understand is in any application, this is why I like applications that are easy, a list of some sort or to do, is because if you look here, this very simple application, we have the most basic functionalities of any web application or any application in general. Because the first thing here, we have the interactivity, we have buttons, but also we have a form, an input. So here is where we input something. I can say banana, hit enter, and there we go. And so as that happens, we hit enter, there is this sort of submission of information. So whatever we enter here, we hit enter or add item, we submit somewhere, and then we're showing that information on the screen. So it's very instantaneous. And then there's interactivity. So if I click here, you can see this is now changed state. There we go, state again. So now that means that is part of what we need to understand. How does this all work? How does it work when I click this button here? I'm changing the state of certain things. Of course, you can see that we have this in color as well as this strike through happening here. Very good. So now you're thinking, okay, a lot of things are happening. Besides what I can see here, also at the bottom, things are happening here. So as I add more things, apples, you can see that also we have things are changing here. So I can click and unclick. Okay, there is this reactiveness of this application, which, no pun intended, is what React is. Next thing you need to understand is how does this library handles user input, forms and buttons. That is the next thing. Now you're moving on to forms and inputs and buttons and on clicks, event, and so forth. That is the second part that you have to learn really fast. How does that work? So if you look at our code here, again, you don't have to understand everything. I'm just giving you an overview on how you would break down a library in one day and really go into it and understand and start building. If you look at this grocery form here, now the beauty here can say, I said that React allows you to create very small independent pieces of user interfaces, components, and you can pass what we call props. You can pass data through those components. That's exactly what happened here. So this grocery form is essentially this, what you see here. So what it does, well, it has this handle on change property that's been passed down, and we have this handle on submit. Now, if we also look here, we have this item. So this is the actual grocery input. So what it is entered here. Okay, so let's go to this grocery form real quick to see. So if you look at here, there are a lot of things. Again, you don't have to understand everything, but you can see that we're passing all of these parameters per se, they're called props, along our grocery form component, and they're all being passed here. So now you see that there is this abstraction with components. All we do here is that we just call that component and pass in those props, as they called, but they're just what parameters, arguments that we're passing along. And then in the grocery form, JSX, of course, that's where we handle everything. So you can see we have the form, inside we have the input, and we're passing all those values. Now this may seem very foreign to you. That's okay. The idea is that I'm giving the building block. Okay, so that's the second part. So now you need to understand how interactivity works, how forms work, because it's all about getting data and do something to that data. Now, with data and state, you also have to understand the state management. How does React handle state? This is a very crucial, important point. Understanding state. Now, we talked about earlier that in React, data and state are pretty much the same thing. React is based on reactivity. It's reacting to something. If I add something here, bread, so I added something, hit enter, something was added, and is reacting because we're changing the state because the data is changing, and then something happens at the bottom here. A list of that item is added there, or list item, okay? Which takes me again back to here. You can see we have yet another component, grocery list. So this grocery list does the same thing. We're passing items, it's just parameters, as props as they called, and also handle on toggle. All of this is going to be handling this. Okay, that is the state. And there are a lot of things here we can also delete. If I click there, and that's handle remove item. There we go. And so this is how you would tackle trying to understand, trying to literally learn a new library in a day. The next part you need to focus on is understanding how conditional rendering works. Conditional rendering is the concept of, okay, because of the reactiveness of React, you want to make sure that the user interface is rendering things depending on certain values, certain states. So if username is Paulo, I want it to show X, Y, and Z. It's very important because that is what drives everything here. Like here, what I'm saying, if this is clicked and this state is X, Y, and Z, then this has to happen, right? So I am conditionally rendering certain elements on the page using React. This is an overview of how I would learn React in one day. Of course, you would go deeper on all of these pieces, but those are the main pieces that I would focus right away in a day, so you are able to learn React really fast. And this is the framework I use to learn most of the technologies that I know. I spend a day, I look at the motivation behind that library, behind that framework, whatever it is that I'm trying to learn, and then I start looking at the building blocks of that framework or library. And then I start learning how data, how state is related in that framework or library. And then I look how the framework or library handles interactivity. In this case, how does it handle forms and all of that great stuff. So there we go. I hope this was helpful. And if you want to learn more about React, in fact, I have a course that I'm finishing up. You should be ready by the time you watch this video. Just click the links below and you can enroll. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next.